up, guys? Welcome back to the next part of my collection video. I believe last time we left off at K, so I'm going to jump into L here. But I'll just, before I get started, I had some comments from people saying that they actually wanted me to spend a little more time on some of the Blu-rays and kind of take my time more and talk a little more, which I totally don't mind doing. My intention was to try to get through these a little quicker just so you didn't have, 10, 30-minute videos, but based on the feedback I've been getting, I can definitely spend more time talking about more movies. I mean, not every single one, but I will certainly, go a little slower. I won't rush through as much as I've been, and I really appreciate the feedback from everybody, and I'm really, really glad that, a lot of you are enjoying these videos. So, anyway, let's jump into the L's. First one we have here is The Last Stand, which is, I was so excited for this, Schwarzenegger's return, and then I've never watched it, but one day I will. I'm a big fan of Kim Ji-woon. I mean, his Korean films anyway. So, and then Lawless, I really, really love. Shia LaBeouf and Tom Hardy are both excellent in that. L.A. Confidential. It's pretty good. I haven't watched this in a long time, but I remember liking it quite a bit. Lady Cop and Papa Crook. Lady Vengeance. Big fan of the Vengeance trilogy. Park Chan-wook's films in general I'm a big fan of. And this and Mr. Vengeance were the first Blu-rays I ever bought that were region coded. I went the longest time thinking Blu-rays would never be region coded. Imported these, popped them in my Blu-ray player, and lo and behold, little did I know, blurry, region B. So, yeah, I couldn't watch it for the longest time until I hunted down a Blu-ray player that I could unlock into a region-free player. Tomb Raider. I like these early Paramount Blu-rays. I don't know what it is, just like these silver borders they had. Last Action Hero. It's a great. This Mill Creek Blu-ray came out a little while ago, and I was able to replace the old one I had. But Mill Creek, I always thought of them as shitty dollar store Blu-rays, but they've been picking up a lot of great films lately that I guess other distributors lost or dropped the rights to or sold off the rights to. I recently got Punchline, which I'll get to eventually, with Tom Hanks and Sally Field, and SWAT. I remember that movie, but something else I can't remember. But Mill Creek, I mean, they're stepping it up with some of these Blu-ray releases. I mean, there's not much to them, but the artwork's really nice, and I don't know, and they're cheap. They're really inexpensive Blu-rays. So, yeah, props to Mill Creek. All right, anyway, we got The Last Samurai, Les Miserables, I think that's how you say it. Could be terrible. Lethal Weapon 2. I don't have any of the other Lethal Weapons. I just found that. Where did I find that? I think I found it at $5 or $4 bin or something. So I grabbed it. I gotta get the other ones. At least the first one. Letters from Iwo Jima. One of my favorite Clint Eastwood films. A really, really great documentary, life itself. If you're an Ebert fan, which I was an Ebert fan. I mean, I didn't agree with everything he had to say, but he was one of the best. And now, what can I say, man? Film critics now just don't do it for me anymore. Lincoln. Whoops. Lincoln Lawyer. Good. Little Big Soldier. One of the last Jackie Chan films I've actually watched. I'm a big fan of Jackie's. I've been for years, and I love his early stuff, but I just haven't had much interest in what he's been doing the last few years, unfortunately. Live, Die, Repeat. This took me a long time to watch, and when I finally did, I loved it. It was so good. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, just watch it. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Live Free or Die Hard. Oh yeah, that has the unrated version on it, but not a big fan of that. The Lobster, still need to watch that. Just I love. This is a great film, Locke. My favorite Tom Hardy role. Probably my favorite, one of my favorite A24 releases, and just one of the best films I've seen in a long. I watch this regularly. It's something great to put on if you're doing something else and listening in the background, because it's very much. If you haven't seen it, the whole film is Tom Hardy in his SUV talking on his car phone, and that's it. So it's all dialogue driven. I mean, he's still doing a great job, but I'm not gonna say what's going on, but there's a lot of stuff going on just through phone calls, and it is excellent. It's a short. It's under 90 minutes. It's 84 minutes, so it's short, but yeah, it's so good. And besides Tom Hardy, there are the rest of the cast are just voices on the phone, and one of the voices that plays his son is Tom Holland. So that's kind of a cool fact. So yeah, Locke. Lone Survivor. Haven't watched that. Picked this up recently. I've heard not great things about it, but I am a fan of Rob Zombie's films, so I would like to check that out sometime. The Lovely Bones. The Machinist. Christian Bale's craziest role he's ever done. It's insane. Especially since he did this in between Dark Knight films, which is impossible to believe. Mad Detective. Very good Schwarzenegger drama, Maggie. I'm really glad this was marketed properly. I mean, I've never watched a trailer, but at least the Blu-ray doesn't just like have him holding a shotgun on a hill or something like that. It very much, the artwork matches the tone of the film. I mean, he's holding the shotgun on the back there, I guess, but still, it's not an action movie. There's like one little action moment he has, but it's very, very real. It's not like a crazy action set piece. And yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed Maggie. Magnificent Seven. I'm actually not a big fan of this. I love old westerns, but this one just didn't seem to do it for me. I actually prefer this one, the remake. I thought this was really good. I'm surprised this got a lot of hate that it did. I thought it was really fun. Magnolia. Major Pain. I was really excited to get this. I got this and Bulletproof around the same time, because those are two films I was really excited to get on Blu-ray that I really loved when I was younger. And Bulletproof did not hold up. Like, it was borderline awful. So I'm a little worried to rewatch Major Pain, because I have such good memories of it. I don't want to ruin them by watching it now and not liking it. Malcolm X. Mallrats. Kevin Smith classic. Mamma Mia. This wasn't bad. I actually watched the stage play, which is one of the, I've only seen a few in my life, and this is one of them. My wife's a big fan of the play, and I think she liked the movie quite a bit. I bought this for her for Christmas like years ago when it first came out. Not interested in the sequel, that's for sure. The Man from Nowhere, one of the best Korean films I've seen in a long time. What do we got? I'm just gonna reposition here. Man in the Iron Mask. Pretty good. Pretty good. I haven't seen it in a long time. Manchester by the Sea, I still need to watch that. Marathon Man. The Mask, one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies still. The Master, amazing P.T. Anderson film. I love all Paul Thomas Anderson films I've seen. There's a couple I haven't seen yet, but I love every single one. Mean Streets, a really, really fantastic early Scorsese film. Memento. The Mercenary. I was really happy to get this on Blu-ray. I got this because of the score. I'm trying to think what the name of the song is. It's a Morricone score. And there's a certain... Oh man, I can't remember the name of it. You know what? Maybe I'm wrong. No, it is a Morricone score, and there's a certain track in it that was used. I think it's just called Arena, or L'Arena, or Arena is what I call it. But it's a song in Kill Bill Volume 2 that, if I remember correctly, was used in the scene where the bride is breaking out of the coffin. And I love that song from Kill Bill, so I watched a video of the scene where that song is used in this movie, and it's incredible. So I hunted down a version online to download and watch, because you could not buy this anywhere. I mean, I could find DVDs to import for a small fortune, but I was able to download and watch it. It was fantastic, and then that was it. And then one day I learned that the KL Classics line was getting this. I was super excited, so really happy to have that. Still need to watch this Blu-ray version of it, but just having it made me real happy. Some Kind of Monster. I gotta get the Through the Never concert film. Was really good. I watched that recently. Been a big Metallica fan most of my life, so. Midnight in Paris, my only Woody Allen film, I believe. Arguably my favorite Clint Eastwood directed film, $1 Million Baby. I love it. This is my annual, this is Miracle on 34th Street. This is what I watch every year when I'm wrapping Christmas presents. It's just a weird tradition that I've developed the past several years. So I go do my shopping, come home, put this on, and wrap. Just what I do. And Mission Impossible. Again, this cool Paramount border. So I apologize. I'm getting real low to the ground here, so it's getting a little more awkward, but I will do my best. So Mission Impossible 2, my favorite Mission Impossible 3, and then Ghost Protocol. Still got to get the, whatever it's called, the one after it. Moneyball. Great film. Another great early Tom Hanks comedy, The Money Pit. Monster. Don't need to say much about this. It's really good. Moon. I really like Sam Rockwell in anything. Oh boy. Moonrise Kingdom. I do have the Criterion, but I also just decided to hang on to this copy because I just really love the artwork, and just the look of the Blu-ray is real nice. Most Wanted, or I always mixed up A Most Violent Year with A Most Wanted Man, but it is A Most Violent Year. Mud. Also watched this for the first time recently, and it's excellent. I'm just gonna leave some awkward silence. I know it's a Jeff Nichols film. I'm trying to figure out if... Okay, so it was written by Jeff Nichols, directed by Jeff Nichols. And I've enjoyed every one of his films I've seen. And this is no exception. The Mummy. My Name is Nobody. Need to watch that still. My Cousin Vinny. My Way. National Lampoon's Vacation. I used to have this filed under V and Christmas Vacation filed under C, but then watching other people's collections, everybody seems to file these under National Lampoon's, because I guess officially the title is National Lampoon. So I jumped on board and put them under the N's. So there's Vacation and Christmas Vacation, my favorite Christmas movie by a landslide. Nebraska. Love Alexander Payne as well. Needful Things. I watched this recently. This was a ton of fun. Pretty crazy. I've never read the book, but apparently there's a lot missing from the book. But Max von Sydow was just so good. I could have just watched him all day. Neighbors. A film very early film that early Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi film I enjoyed quite a bit. Neighbors. This is not a remake of this one. They share a title. Neon Demon. Oh boy. I love Nicholas Winding Refn. I really do. And I love this as well. But the last 20 minutes are insane. In a good way. A good kind of insane. Never Ending Story. New Police Story, New World, the incredible No Country for Old Men, starring Thanos / Cable, Notorious, Notting Hill, a film I actually enjoy quite a bit. This is, well, I mean, it used to be one of my wife's favorites. I don't think she watches it that often, but I watched it a few times and I enjoy it. Ocean's 13. Office Space. Old Boy, another one of my favorite films, period. Once Upon a Time in the West, probably my favorite Leone film. Only God Forgives. Another... This movie is... It's easy... I'd like to say it's underappreciated, but I think it's just something that you really need to have a specific taste for. This is definitely not for everybody, and it's one of those movies that if somebody says they hated it and it was garbage, I don't really fault them for it, because even though I love it myself, it definitely, you have to have the right taste for it, and not a lot of people, or not everybody will, but I enjoy it quite a bit. The Other Guys. Paperboy, something I need to revisit. I haven't seen that in a very long time. I have Paranormal Activity 1, and then the marked ones. I don't know which one this is. Like, I think it was the last one, or the second last one, or which was like the fourth or fifth. I don't even know. Parenthood. I love Ron Howard comedy, and this is probably his best. That or Splash. I probably like Splash more. The Party. Maybe a little bit. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love this. His performance in today's world would not fly. Let's just say. I think it doesn't bother me, but he puts on a performance that, in the climate we live in now, would never fly. But it's a really one of the funniest movies I've seen. Patriot Games. Patton, Animal Crackers on the Belly, Perfect Getaway. This is not bad. Got that recently for real cheap. Phenomenon. Good movie. Got that through Disney Rewards for free. Pirate Radio. Well, the amount of points it takes to get it, definitely not free. The Place Beyond the Pines. Really love this. It's really underrated. More people need to talk about that. One of my favorite comedies, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Enough has been said about that. I don't need to go on. You all know how good it is. Pleasantville, really great movie too. Probably my favorite Jackie Chan film, Police Story, the original. And then the last Police Story is 2013, I think it came out. I watched like half of it. Predator and Predator 2. Recently watched a trailer for, what are they calling it? The Predator? And I don't know. Looked alright. The Prestige. My sometimes favorite Nolan film. It kind of changes from time to time. And what's frustrating is this, even though it's just Touchstone, and Touchstone releases stuff in Canada no problem, the 4K of The Prestige has not been released in Canada yet for some idiotic reason. I don't get it. Presumed Innocent and Frantic. I'm normally not a fan of double packs or triple packs where like have more than one movie on one disc. I much prefer individual packaged films, but as far as I can find, this is the only way to get either of these. So I'm fine with it for that reason. If they ever got individual releases, I would definitely get rid of that and buy them. Princess Bride. Prisoners. Need to rewatch that. Problem Child. The great John Ritter. Prometheus. I am a fan of this. Protege, a decent Hong Kong thriller. Psycho. I think you've all heard of Psycho. Public Enemy's not my favorite man film, but still very enjoyable. Kind of drags a bit, I find, but it's watchable. The classic Pulp Fiction. And there's Punchline I talked about. I've never watched it, but I was really happy to find this for so cheap from Mill Creek again. So I look forward to watching that sometime. And I have Puppet Master 1 and 2. The Queen. Helen Mirren's portrayal of Queen Elizabeth is uncanny. Like, it is crazy how well she played that. Okay, whoa. Raging Bull. Rumble. Okay, that was terrible. I can't do Stallone, so I'll just say Rambo. I know people can do great Stallone impressions. I can't. Ransom. It's embarrassing. Rebecca. Great Hitchcock film. Reign Over Me. Really like this a lot. This is probably my favorite Adam Sandler performance. It's a shame he doesn't do more. I'm not on board with his current Netflix movies he's doing. I've watched a couple and they were no good. So I've kind of lost it. I'm done with Adam Sandler for now. I have no interest in watching anything anymore, but I do really like that. Rescue Dawn. I think that's my only Herzog. No, I have the documentary, the Active Killing documentary. Otherwise, I think that's my only Werner Herzog. Okay, so I have the first 3 Resident Evil movies here. Basically, my stance with these is this one I think is legitimately quite good. This is pretty good until Alice shows up. Then it turns to shit. And this is just shit from the beginning to the end. But for some reason, I just have the Resident Evil movies, and I'll probably get I have the 4th one in my Steelbook section you saw in an earlier video. One day I'll have them all, and I'll question my life choices. Revolutionary Road. So good. Seriously, just if you've never seen this, yeah, just watch it. Just watch it. Michael Shannon. I want to put him on the box. Michael Shannon is in this for probably maybe 5 minutes tops. He's in it for 2 scenes combined, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 8. And he was nominated for an Oscar. He should have won it. I can't remember who beat him, but he's so good in the few minutes he's in that movie. It's insane. This is what really turned me on to Michael Shannon. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Risky, not Ricky. Risky Business. Pretty good early cruise. The River Wild. Have not watched this since I bought it, but I did watch it a whole bunch when I was younger. Road to Perdition. Another one of my favorite Tom Hanks movies. Robin B. Hood. A fun Hong Kong take on 3 Men and a Baby. Even though this clearly... So there's definitely a car chase at the bottom. And seriously, the marketing for foreign films in North America is ridiculous. This is like there's action, but it's just a nice comedy. Robin Hood. RoboCop. Be nice if Scream Factory could release that with the other 2, but that won't happen. The RoboCop remake that I haven't watched. Role Models, a decent comedy. Room. God. This just slaughtered me emotionally when I saw this in theaters. There were a few moments that I don't think well, it says to take your breath away. I don't think I breathed for several minutes at a few points in that movie. I think I even stopped having a pulse for a while. This is so intense. My favorite Hitchcock film, Rope. My favorite Hitchcock film by a million miles. I can't love that enough. So good. Roxanne. Rumble in the Bronx. Run, Fat Boy, Run. Pretty funny movie. Another Schwarzenegger, The Running Man. And Rush Hour 1 and 3. No Rush Hour 2 on Blu-ray. I don't think that's happening. It looks like that 3-pack that came out, it's all we're ever going to get. But oh well, I have the DVD of Rush Hour 2, which is unfortunately my favorite, but I don't want to buy that 3-pack. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. We're at about the 26-minute mark, so leave it there. And yeah, thanks again for watching. And I hope for those of you wanting me to speak a little more about some of these movies, I hope I did that justice. I like talking about them. I really do. I prefer doing that over just flipping through bam, 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 and telling you what titles are. I enjoy talking about them. So I'll definitely do that more. In these videos and future videos, I'll try to talk a little more. I won't drag the video on too long, but I'll probably finish this main collection up in the next video, and then I got a few other things to show you, and then I'll finally move on to something else. So again, thanks for watching, and been having a lot of fun interacting with people on Instagram, which I didn't really use Instagram a lot for the longest time. So definitely feel free to hit me up on Instagram. It's just cinema_blue, BLU, and I'll follow you back, and hope to see you on there. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy, guys.